Hey, Chanel here with another Sew Bit. Today I'm going to show you how to make a quick, simple pant hem. They're quick and simple if your pant leg is real straight. Just like a straight cut across. This one's actually on the wider side. It's a narrower one, a little harder. It's harder to go through the sewing machine. But this is just a pant hem that it's nice and even, straight pant, and you just roll it under, but you press it first, you mark it, you press it, and then all of this will come out nice and smooth right here. You can actually measure pants yourself. You just gotta get tricky with it. You just can put the pins on it and then look in the back of the mirror, put a mirror behind you, or do the whole mirror backwards and stand real straight to make sure, look in the back, make sure it's right on the top of your shoe. Where the sole hits is like the best spot. Also, if you want to make it into a break, where your pant, like this one is very straight, and that's where the hem I'm going to show you works best with this type of pant, just straight across. If you want to break in it, that's where it's a little bit shorter on the top of your foot, and it's like, let's say the front of your pant is here, and then the back is there, so there's an angle. That's harder to do with the double layer rollover like this, because the curve gets all bunchy and the grain of the fabric doesn't lay quite straight. So the hem I'm going to show you is just the straight one here. When you're using a break, when you want to hem your pants with the break in it, you want to do a single layer that's just roll this up. Maybe put a hem tape on the edge and then hand stitch it. Because you can control the way the fabric lays a little bit better, or you can just overlock the edges, and then also a lot of times if it's got a deep break in it, you have to clip it so that it actually bends and stuff, because the fabric, it has a mind of its own, and it's called the grain of the fabric, and it wants to lay the way it wants to go. So so this one, what I'm going to show you is just when it's just straight across like that. And involves some pressing and measuring, and then you'll have a nice straight hem. I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, I've decided to hem these pants about 3 inches up. So I just got my measurement gauge, put it on the 3, and I'm just going to measure 3 inches from the end of the hem here. Make some marks, both sides, like that. And then I can connect the dots, although when I press it, you won't need them so much. And I'm using these friction pins because these will iron off. They look like a regular pen, but they actually iron off. They erase off the paper and iron off the fabric. It's so cool. Then I hemmed them because I'm going to make these into capri pants and just roll them up, so I didn't have to really measure them too much. And I'm just going to cut off, just so I don't have to take out the old hem. I'm going to cut off just the old hem right there. And I'm going to use pinking shears because this fabric frays a tad, so might as well not have it fray on the inside. And then I'm going to be pressing this part here, so it's just as simple as that. Cut that off. And now I'm going to take it to the ironing board. Okay, so I have these pants turned inside out. I have it around the nose of the ironing board. And I'm just going to be pressing right on that mark. And I'm going to get a strong crease. Let it cool a little bit. It's especially if it's a polyester, they will form a nice strong crease. So I just want to get a first crease. Get this nice and even. A lot of sewing success comes from pressing before you sew. And a lot of people just roll it up, put it on, and then they wonder why their stuff comes out all curly. So this actually just sets it up for success. Just go around there. So now I have a nice straight edge, flat edge here. Then I have to press another step. So I'm going to take this raw edge, which is pinked right there, and I'm going to be putting it close to the crease right here. So you got my crease here and my fold here, and fold it over like that. So it looks like I have about a 1-inch fold now. And I'm just going to work in segments. So I'm going to fold it under there like that. I'm just going to go around and work in segments. Let this cool as I go. You can also put pins in it because I'm going to be sewing right there. Put pins in the direction I'm going to be pulling them out. Just careful, you can easily stab yourself. I'm going to tuck it under so the crease is, that raw edge is close to the crease. Press it, let it cool. While it's cooling under there, put in a pin and roll it around the rest of the board like this. There's another one. Another pin. And just work in segments. Last one. Let it cool. Put in a pin. And there. Now I'm ready to sew it. It's nice and flat. Like this, I'm going to start. I like to start in the, this is the only one seam here, it's the inseam. I like to start in the inseam because sometimes you get a little bunch of fabric there, and it's better it's in the inseam than anything. And I'll just be sewing straight across there. So now I'm going to take this to the sewing machine. Okay, I'm going to take off the little extension here. It leaves the thing for the pant to go around so it can slide around. I'm going to start at the inseam. I'm going to take my first pin out, put it right there. I'm just going to start here, do a reverse to kind of pull the pant. Make sure you don't get any puckers in here. Take the pins out as I go. I'm kind of pulling back a little bit here to make sure this is all straight. And then I pin it, right, pull it here, and pull the pins out. And this one has a little bit more length in that part. Kind of pulling this a little bit here. Just little pulls. There we go. Put the end one, pull it out. And it's hemmed. Nice, straight, simple hem. Now I'm going to press this to set the stitches in and get it flat, and then it's done. Okay, we have two perfectly hemmed pant legs. Just roll it in there. Real quick and simple. It doesn't take long to do it all. It probably takes longer to measure and find out where you want to hem it first. Also, a lot of times they will hem pants, they'll measure that inseam here. And what you do is, like, let's say, like I'm a 31 inseam, you start from the crotch, go down the measurement tape and make sure that first peak is at 31, and then the next leg at 31, and then measure it. Because a lot of people are crooked, me including. Sometimes, like, if my back is off a little bit, usually it's in the hip bones. If your hips are off a little bit, sometimes you have to 1 inch difference on your pant leg. So you got to kind of check it in the back of the mirror and then kind of gauge it. It's hard to tell sometimes, but if you just pin it and all, I literally just go down and put pins in my pant leg and look, and pin again, look, pin again. I usually can fit myself all the time, so so try it, you know. And then pant hems like this, really easy to do. See you in the next sew bit.